not just all alone. Only all this feeling I have in my heart could mean something to someone.
Well, is it out? Or did you drink it all?
No, not yet.
Let me see it. Let me see it. You pretty much got all of it. You gotta push the straw all the way down and then kind of wiggle it around. So you gotta go this way, this way, this way, this way. Look at it all. You got almost all of it. That's why it's not coming out. There's not much left. How's Teddy doing with her snack? Is she calming down? Yeah.
Then we love that.
Yeah, put her in a better mood, I think. A picture of sophisticated grace. I can't be Teddy anymore. Teddy's a girl that I adore. She is